You look at a painting that is a work of art, it's alive. It literally vibrates with life, but it doesn't give light. Light and life, two very different things.
Well, Rabbi, you're very creative. You are very prolific. That would be fun to get to know you a little bit more from your own experience. Can you talk about a time that creativity helped you?
I'm not sure what to call it, but I went from being painfully shy,
Mm.
almost crippled by shyness and timidness and insecurity, and always worrying what people are going to think, what people are going to say, what people are going to do. And when I started teaching Hasidus, first in Yiddish and then in English, it took me past myself, because I'm not saying what I think, I'm just telling you what I learned. And the more I was able to put that aside, the more comfortable I became with expressing, and when you let go, the good stuff comes out. So the trick is what is called in Hasidus a little bittul. Get yourself out of the way, because you're always the obstruction. You're always the problem. It's not your spouse, it's not your children, it's you. Get yourself out of the way, and all of a sudden you have time for everything.
Can you tell us, for those of us who are new to Hasidus, you give us a little introduction?
In very simplistic terms, Hasidus makes godliness real, so that you are no longer the only reality in your mind and heart and in your world view. It moves you past yourself. It has to. Because God becomes so real, God becomes so important, God becomes so exclusive. Only He is real. He is the absolute reality. And so you become a little less real. And that's the humility that we need to procreate, to create, to be partners in creation with God, by bringing the godliness that is the essence of the world, but concealed, repressed, like our talents, like our art, and we have to release it. So we have to release ourselves in order to release the godliness in the world. So the more we get ourselves out of the way, the more the resistance of the paint and the brush and the hand and eye, all of them resisting. But if you get yourself out of the way, those things also move aside, and all of a sudden the paint is alive, the canvas is alive, your hand is suddenly creative, giving life to the painting. So it's all a matter of getting the material out of the way so that the spirit can come through. I mean, an interesting thing. You walk into an art studio and you notice this painting. It is so bright, it lights up the room.
Mm.
But then turn off the light. Will the painting light up the room? No, you will see nothing. There's something mysterious about this. You look at a painting that is a work of art, it's alive. It literally vibrates with life, but it doesn't give light. Light and life, two very different things. You would think that you could recreate light more easily than life. I mean, who can reproduce life on a canvas? That's magic. If you can produce life, you certainly should be able to produce a little light. And yet the great artists can all bring a painting alive, but they can't light up a room. You can't reproduce light. The first thing God created was, let there be light. Only He can do that. Let there be life. We create life. We give life to the fetus. We give life to our art. But light is only from God. An amazing thing. Well, purpose is kind of almost synonymous with humility. The whole notion of what is my purpose means I'm not justified just sitting around being me. There must be a purpose for my existence. That is very humble. The arrogant person doesn't need a purpose. He feels no need to justify his own existence. I am because I am, and that's perfectly fine with me. When a person says, yeah, but what's the purpose of life? Well, then you're saying life is not self-justifying. It needs a purpose. I'm here for something, not for me. Or better, I'm here for someone other than me. That is the ultimate humility. That's the ultimate vulnerability. If I can admit that I am not here for me, because that wouldn't even make sense, I'm being very vulnerable. And it's not a weakness, it's a strength.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Rabbi. And before I let you go, can you share something about your personal practice, your daily practice, a moment of creativity?
I think this one teaching from the Rebbe. What is the difference between the human being and the rest of creation? Because creation is made up of the mineral, the vegetable, the animal, and the human. Of course, everybody says, well, the human being is more intelligent, the human being is articulate, the human being has free choice. But the essential difference, aside from unique talents, the essential difference between the human and the rest, the mineral is perfectly content to be a mineral. It has no ambition beyond its own existence. So you might say the mineral doesn't want to be destroyed, doesn't want to rust away, it doesn't want to fall apart, come to pieces. The vegetable is a little more alive and enjoys its existence, which is why it gives off beautiful colors, a beautiful scent. But it's perfectly happy being a vegetable. Just don't step on me and don't pluck me out of the earth and it's fine. It enjoys its existence. The animal has more passion for its own existence. It will defend itself. It will protect its territory. It is so fond of its own existence that it is wild about life. But it's perfectly content to be an animal. So just don't invade my territory and don't restrict my movement, and the animal is fine. The human being is different because the human being does not want to be human. The human being is not content to be human. Meaning, the human being has an ambition, a hunger, a desire to achieve something that was not given at birth. I was created a human being and I will die a human being? Then what's the point? Well, you can be a more developed human being. You can be a more actualized human being. You can be the best you can be, the best you. All right, that's cute. But I'm still just a human being, and everything I accomplish is part of being human. And I didn't make myself human, so I didn't really contribute much. And that leaves me disappointed. The human being is not content to be human. That's why we have complexes and we have depressions and we have issues. We're miserable, we're self-destructive, because we can't stand just being what we were made to be. We want to feel like we contributed something. In our desperation, we sometimes reject being human in favor of being an animal. So I want to run like a deer, I want to fly like an eagle, I want to swim like a fish. And when we achieve some of that, we're so proud of ourselves. The Olympic athlete, he can run so fast, yeah, but not as fast as a deer. Mm. And the swimmer can swim so well, yeah, but not like a fish. And people can learn to fly airplanes, balloons, all sorts, but not like a bird. So, first of all, your goal should never be to compete with animals. But if it is your goal, know that you will never be better than the animal, because you're not meant to be. So if I don't want to be human and I shouldn't be an animal, what do? Where do I go? That's why we need a Torah. So when God came to us at Mount Sinai, he basically said, I know how frustrated you are with the limitations of the human condition. Here's an alternative. Stop being human, become godly. Here's how. 613 ways. That's getting out of yourself, not only out of your petty ego, out of your human condition, and do something superhuman. Every mitzvah is superhuman. So just waking up in the morning and knowing, by my very nature, not nurture, not conviction, not religion, my very nature, I don't want to be just human. It's frustrating, it's stifling, it's not letting me be what I can be, more than human. Is that motivation enough?
That's absolutely, yeah.
If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it. I want to invite you to join us as VIPs, partners in our work, and join us also for a personal chat with other members of the VIP club. We talk about many things. There's an opportunity to ask, to respond, to make a comment, to meet the other supporters. And together we can really make a difference in Jewish life and in life in general. So join us. It's goodtoknow.org. Log in, call, make contact, and join us with the VIPs.